Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another exciting video from the Olympus sky. This time we will be checking out an asteroid here, which is basically my first video or share of any asteroid before. You might have seen videos on the internet where people uncovered stuff on asteroids. Basically, it's not that it's not a crazy idea to think that other civilizations in the past could use these asteroids to either explore or to research. Imagine if we would like put some sensors on like an asteroid and gather some data while it travels and then returns back to Earth. Now, those are pretty exciting ideas. You've probably heard about them on the Discovery Channel. Pretty common ideas here. So maybe like a previous civilization has done exactly that, and now basically we don't even know. Maybe like a couple of miles big asteroid might be like even a moon. I have no idea. But let's jump into this. I found some incredible anomalies on this picture. So just to start off here, let's show you the original one here. Got it in my Photoshop as well, but it's a mess as always. Gotta have more structure, but you never know how much you will find in an image. So yeah, when I first opened this image, I was like, yeah, an asteroid. Yeah, how can anything survive on it? I mean, that's the first thought. I can understand that, but you know, there's always a chance that something will survive. We basically know nothing about space. At least in my opinion. And when you look at this, it's kind of like you're looking at a giant blur maze. I hope you can see this spot here. It's like completely blurred out, but it's like focused blur in specific areas. There's blur all over the image, but some areas are extra blurred. Like you know, it just told me you have to check this out. What's going on there? So right, I did my things here. And where shall we start? Because there are really a couple of interesting anomalies here. There will be a giant tower, like literally like something from Stargate Atlantis, like some kind of city formation, which is incredibly weird with shadow and everything. There's no doubt in my mind that it has to be there. Now there are several things. Now I don't know where to start yet. If we go to the incredible ones, we'll just show you what. You know, let's give you a quick tour. We were talking about the blurred area here, and they were really messing with these pictures. It's weird. So we are actually going to work with like yeah, every side of the asteroid. At least that's what I think it is. But it's basically the same asteroid. And you can see here, stuff is starting to pop out. It almost looks like kind of leftovers of a city or anything. But it's kind of too wild to say that immediately, because they've been tampering with it. And it wasn't really like the easiest job here to do, to pull anything out. And then secondly, you know, it's still an asteroid. It's traveling through space. I mean, now of course there will be some of different shapes than you would usually encounter, but nevertheless, when you take a closer look, it's different, you know. As always, I always post my images on Google Plus. It will be a hard task to do that. So I want you to look at these pictures for yourself, enhanced wise, but let's show you a couple of things here, which are extraordinary. It is really extraordinary. Now where shall I start again? Got the same thing. Let's start with this one. Let's check out which one's the best here. Let me remove the circle. Layer 1, layer 3. Let's go to this one and let's start, because hey, when you look at this, this is you can easily ignore this. It looks like a crater, right? Nothing special here. This at first looks like a crater too. When you go in depth and look at it, it almost looks like some kind of spoon. It's hard to draw out here. And this line here goes straight down to the front to the right. So it looks like a construction. Now we can see here in the middle like a black triangle, like a shadow, whatever it is. But we are at the moment in the inverted mode, so we have to switch in between there. The triangle's still there, of course. It's not that big of a difference when you invert or uninvert. It's just easier for the eyes or to recognize patterns a lot easier. And I think that this is not even a crater. Well, let me zoom in here like really bad here. All the way in. Now we take a closer look here. There is some residue pixels here. And they go like this underneath this line. And when you account this line, it does look like some kind of construction. As you can see, there's also something in the middle. You know, who knows what that is? Maybe some kind of random rock, but you're still like on an asteroid. So I don't know, could this be like some kind of communication device or something? This is the weirdest thing. I mean, we're looking at an asteroid. Usually I'm not too fond of sharing this because, yeah, there are many factors which could create certain kind of objects or patterns which you wouldn't expect normally on the surface. But this thing, you know, it looks complex. It looks symmetrical almost. And that's the whole point here. Now let's go to the tower. Now, you know, I was sitting on Skype with Chris from the Most Anomalies channel, and you know, we decided to check this asteroid. Thought I'd take a look at it. Took a look at it. He found the tower. You know, I've seen the tower too, kind of the object itself. But you know, where he really contributed there, because I was a bit stubborn. I was like, I'm not seeing any shadow there, and yeah, he kind of explained how that why he's seeing a shadow where it is, and there is actually a shadow here. You will be quite amazed because this looks definitely like some kind of city. It has the shadows to it. It has a base to it. Now let me see if I can get the optimal view here to show this to you. Right, so we're now in the normal mode. It's kind of a tricky area here to enhance, so forgive all the rubbish around it. But I found a city here. Now this will be really hard for the eyes. Now I hope you all concentrate at this point. And not like wind it forward or anything. Because sometimes that just really doesn't work. I'm trying to explain some complex matters here. But I'm going to draw this out first of all for you. Just like always. And there's the tower. Here we have a base. Now look clearly. Here you have a shadow. And it's casting the shadow on other objects. Now that's not all. That's not all. Now let's see if we can, if I can do something extra here. Maybe darken up just a bit more. You can still see that the shadow here of the tower is parallel to this. And it's absolutely extraordinary because at first, you know, it looks like it's connected to the top here. But that's of course, you know, because we're trying really hard to get it out there. Of course, it's still an asteroid. The angles, everything you have to take into consideration. But the whole thing is, let me see, let's go back again, is that this object even has a shadow to it. And that really did it for me. You have the bright side here, and then you have the dark side here. It's all correct. Now, it's only beginning here. I hope you can see this. Let me switch back and forward here for you. What did I do wrong here? Yeah, I know. Let's see, make another layer here. Excuse me, wrong one. Now the shadow is now less visible. That's because the shadow has changed, of course, from black to white. The actual shadow in the inverted mode is right here. It's right here. Now let's jump back. A lot of switching, I know, guys. Now I'm going to show you what really is crazy about this whole object. Might actually still do that in inverted mode, where actually lines are popping out a lot better. Yeah, so we roll with this. You got an arch here, and all this junk aligns in a circle. Now there's a circle here, kind of the outer base of it. It's all destroyed. Remember, it's an asteroid. There's another base for the tower or pole or antenna, whatever it is. Let me draw out the tower here for you. Now the really interesting thing here is, we got a line here, another one, see? But the inner circle goes to the outer circle. And it all goes to the outer circle. Now, tell me, this is really crazy. It's definitely a tower. See? I'm overlaying it and releasing it. And of course, I'm not the best artist here. It was actually seems like more circular. But I hope you are seeing this, because it is really interesting. Now I'll show you once more. You can always pause the video using a magnifier. Not like a manual magnifier, but the magnifier in Windows. Google it up so you can find it if you wish. You can see clearly here that the this is the shadow being cast from this tower over other stuff. There's something here too, but I'm not sure. It's too vague, unfortunately. So I hope you can see this. Zoomed out, you can see that there's still kind of the outer circle here. You can still see the circle here. You can see the connections going. It's incredible. Definitely an incredible find. Let's go to the next find. I'll go back here. Let me switch back. Oh, that's the life. That's your anomaly hunting life. Switching back here, forward, adding stuff here, removing stuff, going to the next area. Well, where was it again? Pretty big image here. Let me turn on the stuff here. Now precisely, that's why I encircled it. It's pretty big. It's a big maze. To yeah. Let me remove the circles again. Go back to the brush tool. And at the moment we are in the inverted mode. I'll switch to the normal one and the uninverted. There is a particularly interesting object right here. And I'll draw it out again as usual for you. Just the sheer shape of it. It looks like some kind of machinery. Kind of like this is the entire body of it. And this is really hard to present. It's always hard to present these, basically any anomaly. It's going all the way to here. It even goes like this. Never really recognized it. But so we can see that there are some kind of artificial shapes going on there. And we go to the normal mode, because I don't believe that this is inverted, although it does help your eyes a lot here. And it's always a point of discussion, is something inverted or not. Sometimes it can like only be an area or the entire image. But let's uninvert this. Let me add some darkness here. And it looks kind of, you still have the same features, of course. Hope you understand that, because you never know. I mean, we're getting new people a lot lately as well on the channel. I hope you can like backtrack a couple of videos or something, so you get a bit more of an understanding of what's going on here. It looks like almost like some kind of pipe here that's sticking out of this window. And nevertheless, the shape is really intriguing here. And let me show you. This is a lot clearer this way. It's you can see that this thing here is kind of connected and then going around it, but it's a lot more. The whole object's a lot more defined in the normal mode, because you can still see the line going around it. Now there are several interesting shapes here. Even this shape I was pointing out earlier, it's almost seems like it's a part that's coming out of this. There's another thing here going like this, and there's something coming out of the front. I know, I remember this. And then looking at this, it's an interesting shape at least. So yeah, let me know what you think about this. I'll zoom out for you. Another quick look for you here. Bit brighten up. Let's go back. Now you have the inverted mode. And yeah. So what do you think, guys? I mean, this is definitely like an opinion worth. I always read all the comments, even though I'm a bit too busy lately to reply. Here and there, sometimes I'll leave a quick comment somewhere. But that's not the whole point. Now there's also another thing here. I did find it worthy of showing you guys. Let me see. Didn't encircle it again. Encircle some more stuff there. But I wanted to show you something else. Yeah, precisely. I think this was the area. Let's go to this one, if I remember correctly. Boom! In your face. So, there are some really weird shapes here. Which, hold on, let me fix it again. Oh, this must be so annoying for you. Let me fix this one. That looks pretty interesting. Now we're looking at NASA. I think it's an absolutely beautiful image, a great image to look into, especially enhanced, and it's really inspiring to see this, and that I'm still really proud that humanity that we were able in the first place to make a picture of an asteroid with so much detail. I mean, when you go with the original one, it's ludicrous, but yeah, it's pretty awesome. I just noticed this area just a second ago. And there's kind of this line, and it goes down, and then it's pretty crazy. Then I took a better look at this. Here's actually like a pretty complex circle of something coming out of it. So I don't know what this exactly is, but these are one of the few patterns that I found interesting to show you guys. Like I said earlier in the intro, a lot of stuff here, it's 1 manipulation, 2 camera, 3 it's a moving target, which shouldn't be a problem, but yeah, and it's an asteroid, so it's unbelievable. But definitely the tower that I found just a moment ago, we found it, and like the mechanical object and little antenna thing, those things are really mind-boggling. Absolutely. I also was checking out this one because I just can't leave it. Now hold on, let me yeah, this one's better for the eyes at least. Now, I found this quite interesting because, hey, we humans want to find a pattern, but my eyes couldn't leave this kind of coincidence here. You can see a really darn straight line there. So let's go all the way up here. You can see how darn straight that is, and a pretty straight shadow there. So right, we're looking at some kind of dome here. We have a lot of detail to it. And just pointing out, I'm not saying that there's anything in here, but if you're really curious, I'll just show you this as well, because it was still on my mind. I couldn't leave this just like that, and I'll show you why. First, I'll just come some kind of arch here, right? Now I remove the line here. You can see that this line is going over this line that's going down, and then goes straight all the way straight here. So that is pretty interesting. Then I found kind of these dots aligned there, like in an arch shape. 3 dots in a formation, almost like in a triangular formation. There's some kind of line, and then it suddenly makes a 90-degree angle, goes here, and here's a not exact 90-degree angle there. So I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody can tell you what's going on there exactly. But yeah, I can definitely tell you that what we're looking at, it's definitely in the image. It's definitely real stuff we're looking at. But like I said, just keep thinking. Don't get all too crazy when you want to get into this image as well, because there's a lot of interesting stuff to be found in. That's definitely sure. But not everything is exactly what you think that it is. Although areas like this, it's extraordinary. I think it's highly interesting to see. It's pretty cool. I also found this one. Almost forgot. just shape alone is really cool. I'm not making any claims here whatsoever. Just wanted to share this with you guys. If you like this, I mean, this is a passion, not like I'm trying to kill NASA or something. But I do want to expose the main anomalies, for example, that we usually uncover. It is really weird stuff going on. Undeniably, we have found stuff on our channel here, our channels, and we have found cities, mechanical stuff. Undeniably, existence of previous life on Mars. I haven't found anything yet that we can, say, look, there's life right now on Mars. That's quite a thing there. It's pretty tricky. I am always keeping my eye out, but if you look at this shape here, this is pretty cool because there are 4 parallel lines here. So like, it's kind of like a fork here. Nevertheless, it's really interesting. And then you got something here that almost looks, I think it is actually a pipe, but and there's like some kind of pipe here. Then, like I showed you just a second ago, this actually goes down to a lower area and then goes to here. So yeah, I think this I'll cut the video right here. That's anomaly, potentially an anomaly. Not saying immediately that it is yeah, something really crazy here, but you know, the definition of anomaly is something that shouldn't belong there. And you know, we've been taught that the 90-degree angles, triangles and everything shouldn't be there in outer space, but we find them too often in every single image. There must be something going on there. There is definitely a cover-up going on. Any person with common sense can tell you that. Well, thank you so much for listening. Has been a while since I have uploaded because, well, yeah, busy. Unfortunate. That is unfortunate. There were a couple of several other things, but well, it's a combination between passion, the motivation to uncover NASA, to go for the truth, and of course your personal life. And always got to study up, got to work, and do all the things at the same time. You know, when we go to work, I need to learn as well at the same time, on the job, off the job. More jobs, after jobs to do. But you know, it's really cool, and to do this, I'm really excited to have so many subscribers here. I don't know how many of you are currently active on my channel, because you know I am an irregular uploader, and I'm happy, you know, that a lot of you still check sometimes if there's still a new video. So I'm really happy, you know, that you people are so excited that I'm here, you know, able to share this with you, and we gotta share this with each other. And this is a really big thing, and I hope that our team will grow. And I support every channel that supports finding anomalies. And if you ever have like a couple of questions, feel free to email me. Although usually when people want to email me, those are longer emails that need more attention, and it's harder to reply to them. Although when you're asking like I have done this and that, I always read my emails, reactions always immediately. Based almost at least at the same day, within 24 hours, and then either reply or decide to reply later. If you have any questions on what's going on there, feel free to check my other video in the description. I have a quick tutorial there. You might get acquainted with this. And if you have any doubts on a really interesting object you've just found, and you're not sure if it's actually there, feel free to ask me on my email. It's like a really quick response. I can tell you why in like a couple of sentences, and that way we can all benefit and help each other. And please comment, press like if you're not subscribed, subscribe, and let's work together on a better future for humanity, because we cannot be lied longer. This is going way too long, and it's way too big. It's a really complex lie, and we need more people. That's where it comes down to. Hope we can actually soon ask someday, and we can work together as a team, as together with the viewers and subscribers and commenters. We all need you, because of course without you there is no real you know, trying to find the truth. Alone you can't do a lot, but you know, I'll call it right here. See you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed the video, and be sure to check my Google Plus page for these images. Although it will be hard to give you the proper image here, because you see how many different layers I have in brightness and contrast, and I hope that you will take the images from my Google Plus page and start using brightness and contrast in your own tool, or whatever tools you like to use. Doesn't have to necessarily be Photoshop. Alright, thank you again. I'll quit here. Of course, there will be some of different shapes than you would usually encounter, but nevertheless, when you take a closer look, it's different, you know. As always, I always post my images on Google Plus. It will be hard task to do that, so I want you to look at these pictures for yourself, enhanced wise. But let's show you a couple of things here, which are extraordinary. It is really extraordinary. Now, where shall I start again? Got the same thing. Let's start with this one. Let's check out which one's the best here. Let me remove the circle. Layer 1, layer 3. Let's go to this one and let's start. Because hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another exciting video from the Olympus sky. This time we will be checking out an asteroid here, which is basically my first video or share of any asteroid before. You might have seen videos on the internet where people uncovered stuff on asteroids. Basically, it's not that it's not a crazy idea to think that other civilizations in the past could use these asteroids to either explore or to research. Imagine if we would like put some sensors on like an asteroid and gather some data while it travels and then returns back to Earth. Now, those are pretty exciting ideas. You've probably heard about them on the Discovery Channel. Pretty common ideas here. So maybe like a previous civilization has done exactly that, and now basically we don't even know. Maybe like a couple of miles big asteroid, might be like even a moon. I have no idea. But let's jump into this. I found some incredible anomalies on this picture. So just to start off here, let's show you the original one here. Got it in my Photoshop as well, but it's a mess as always. Gotta have more structure, but you never know how much you will find in an image. So yeah, when I first opened this image, I was like, yeah, an asteroid. Yeah, how can anything survive on it? I mean, that's the first thought. I can understand that, but you know, there's always a chance that something will survive. We basically know nothing about space. At least in my opinion, it has to be there. Now, there are several things. Now, I don't know where to start yet. If we go to the incredible ones, we'll just show you what, you know, let's give you a quick tour. We were talking about the blurred area here, and they were really messing with these pictures. It's weird. So we are actually going to work with like yeah, every side of the asteroid. At least that's what I think it is. But it's basically the same asteroid. And you can see here, stuff is starting to pop out. It almost looks like kind of leftovers of a city or anything. But it's kind of too wild to say that immediately, because they've been tampering with it. And it wasn't really like the easiest job here to do, to pull anything out. And then, secondly, you know, it's still an asteroid. It's traveling through space. I mean, now, of opinion. And when you look at this, it's kind of like you're looking at a giant blur maze. I hope you can see this spot here. It's like completely blurred out, but it's like focused blur in specific areas. There's blur all over the image, but some areas are extra blurred. Like you know, it just told me you have to check this out. What's going on there? So right, I did my things here, and where shall we start? Because there are really a couple of interesting anomalies here. There will be a giant tower, like literally like something from Stargate Atlantis, like some kind of city formation, which is incredibly weird with shadow and everything. There's no doubt in my mind that it